All right, let's get right into it. We've got an urgent weather situation developing in the Bay of Bengal. Cyclone Montha is literally in its final hours before making landfall. So, in this explainer, we're going to break down everything you need to know: where it's hitting, how hard it's going to hit, and what's coming next. So, first things first, the biggest question on everyone's mind, especially if you're anywhere along the East Coast: where exactly is this storm going to make landfall? And there's the answer, straight up. The eye of the storm is set to cross the coast of Andhra Pradesh later on today, so any and all preparations in that area really should be done by now. Okay, so let's dig into the details of this final approach. We've got a really clear picture now of its position, its timing, and, of course, its strength. Right now, as we're talking, Cyclone Montha is centered about 310 kilometers from Kakinada. It's on a north-northwesterly track, and it's closing that gap pretty quickly. Now, this is where it gets really specific. The landfall process, that's when the storm center actually starts moving over land, is expected to kick off around 5 p.m. and be totally complete by 8 p.m. this evening. That is the critical 3-hour window we're watching. And when we talk about its punch, well, we're looking at sustained winds between 90 and 100 kilometers per hour right at landfall. Let me be clear, these are powerful winds, absolutely capable of causing some serious damage. This is not a storm to be taken lightly. So let's zoom in on that epicenter. Red alerts, the highest level, have been issued for huge parts of Andhra Pradesh and also neighboring Telangana because they are directly in the cyclone's path. For Andhra Pradesh, the main threat is just a staggering amount of rain. We're talking about massive, widespread downpours across all these districts you see here, from Nellore all the way up to Srikakulam. And get this, some spots could see up to 15 centimeters of rain. That's a huge amount of water. And the storm's impact doesn't just stop at the coast. As Montha pushes inland, it's going to dump all that moisture over Telangana. The eastern districts, especially Hammam and Kothagudem, are braced for extremely heavy rain. But you can see the warnings extend across many other areas, even including Hyderabad. So here's the bottom line, the most important takeaway. If you are in those coastal districts of Andhra Pradesh, things are going to get bad, and get bad fast, from 3 p.m. onwards. That is the time to be sheltered, to be indoors, and to stay safe. This is a direct and very urgent warning. Okay, now for a bit of good news. For all of you watching from Tamil Nadu, I know you've had some really heavy rain lately. Well, the main threat from this particular cyclone has now passed you by. And you definitely felt it. The cyclone's outer bands brought some serious rainfall to Tamil Nadu over the last day. I mean, look at this. Kadapakam and Tiruvalur got a massive 120 millimeters. And as you can see, Chennai and the surrounding areas also got absolutely drenched. But as that whole system has moved north, the threat for you is over. In fact, what we're expecting now is a break in the monsoon for the state. A period of much drier, more settled weather is set to start, well, beginning today. So, even while Cyclone Montha is focusing all its energy on Andhra Pradesh, a storm this big creates a kind of ripple effect. It's actually influencing weather patterns in the states nearby. Let's take a quick look. So, way over in Kerala, what's happening is pretty interesting. The cyclone over in the Bay of Bengal is so powerful, it's actually pulling moisture all the way across the peninsula. And that's causing heavy rain in the southern districts like Ernakulam and Thiruvananthapuram. You can see the rain gets lighter the further north you go. And it's a pretty similar story for Karnataka. This system is making its presence felt there too. It's bringing moderate rain to the coast and some moderate to even heavy spells up in the northern parts like Bidar. For Bangalore and the southern interior, you can expect some lighter rain. So with Montha about to make landfall, what's the bigger weather picture look like? Are there any other storms out there that we need to be keeping an eye on? And the short answer is no, not right now. There is a depression over in the Arabian Sea, but it's weakening, fizzling out. And there's a new circulation forming out in the Pacific, but it is not expected to be a threat to our region anytime soon. So really, 100% of the focus remains on Montha. Right now, the immediate focus is all about safety during landfall. But once the storm moves through, well, that's when the work of recovery begins. So what's the long-term impact going to be? And what does this very active start to the season mean for the weather ahead? We'll be here to break it all down as it happens. For now, please, stay safe.